Hi Mark, my name is Chloe Peng Tian, and my student number is S0641003. I'm now a sophomore in the Department of English.
Hi Mark, my name is Michael Chen Zihao, and my student number is S0641031, and I'm a sophomore studying in NCUE English department.
Hi Mark, I'm Chen Chen Lin, and my student number is S0542110. I'm a junior and I major in Chinese.
Okay, after watching Eurotrip last week, we're going to chat about 3 parts, which is the characters and its plot and whether we like it or not. So first, let's talk about the role part.
The role part. Yeah.
Like, which role do you like the most, or which one do you have a lot of thoughts about?
I like Jamie the most because he is a nice friend. When Scott they don't have money in Europe, he sell his camera to help them. So I think he's a nice guy.
I think maybe Cooper Harris is my favorite character because I think he just like me. I want to have a crazy Euro sexual party. Yeah.
But I think Cooper is a little bit stupid.
You mean retarded?
And I think I like Jenny the most because as a girl she works very hard not very hard, but maybe her characteristic makes her suitable for those boys to chat with her like a man. So I think she's a really open and a bright-minded, open-minded girl, and she can take any jokes from the boys.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Scott? Because we didn't talk about him, but he is the main character of this movie.
I think he's a good guy because many people tease him because of his ex-girlfriend doing bad things.
And I like the song Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah, it's good.
And I think he's a good guy, but he met a wrong girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fiona just told him that I want to quit. And I think the funny part is that his family took the video and the moment that Fiona was yes.
And I think he is a little bit childish. Yeah, because in Paris, in front of the room, he's popping with the robot. So I think he is cute, but a little bit childish.
And what about Scott's brother? He just take the video of his brother.
He's cute.
Childish.
But I think he's an important character in this movie too, because every time he comes out, he's very funny.
Yeah. When Scott go to Rome and he be like a pope, and his brother want to video it. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think the reason why his brother did that is that I think Scott's brother loves him a lot because you love him, so you want to record every moment.
Which kind of love?
Between family. Don't think about love. And the next one is Fiona. What do you think about her?
Slut.
Oh, you're so mean.
I think she is a bad girl. Because when she has a boyfriend, she also have another
sex with
boyfriend.
Yeah. And maybe 3 of them or 4 of them. Disgusting.
Okay.
Just like slut.
Okay, and what about Cooper Harris? You just said that.
Yeah. He's my favorite character.
I think the part when Cooper went into the pool and asked the girl to take off her swimming suit is so silly.
And he always used the reason my car is parked here.
Yeah.
Reason.
I think Cooper Harris may be an important part in this movie because he tells Scott Thomas to go to Europe, yeah, to chase his own love.
But do you think it will be good if there is a friend like him around you?
Yeah, because you need someone to encourage you to do something. But maybe he used the wrong way to encourage you, but it may be a good way to let you to do that. Yeah.
And about Mika, who is originally thought of as Mike.
I think Mika is super sexy. Oh.
She's sexy.
But I remember the part when she gave her first time to another man.
That's just a dream, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a dream. It's a dream.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just Scott's imagination.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot it is a dream.
I think Mika has two less part in this movie. Yeah. And many of them is just imagination.
Oh.
Yeah. And our memory of her just about Mika and Scott Thomas.
Okay, and next will be the twins.
Jenny and Jenny.
Yes.
So let's talk about Jenny first.
Okay. Jenny.
I think Jenny is, like you said, is a very good girl to talk with boys, and boys can have joke with on her, and it's okay, but no but. Yeah.
Okay.
This kind of girl are always popular. Yeah.
And I think they have good relationship because they always blame on each other, but they love each other.
Yeah, and they kiss each other.
That's just an accident. And I think, what am I going to? Oh, I think I originally thought that Jenny would be together with Scott because their relationship seems quite not so boyfriend and girlfriend, but not so friendship.
Oh,
But never mind.
you mean bigger than friend, but less than.
Yes, like they're almost a couple, but they're not yet to a
Oh, maybe they are just booty call.
Maybe they may like each other a little bit, but they just don't say at all, and finally the relationship will end up nothing and become just friends.
Oh yeah. And how about Jenny?
Jenny. I think his character is really funny because he's quite similar to most of the boys out there. Just they seem they don't want anything, but actually when the thing they want come, like the girl kissing him, he will enjoy it so much.
I think Jeremy is a awkward character in the first sight, but I think when Jeremy sell his camera and give them the money they need, is very good for him to do that. Yeah.
And I think he is a knowledgeable person.
Yeah.
He likes history and
He can remember all of them.
all the things.
Yeah.
And he can also be a tour guide.
I think he's really cool by being a tour guide. Okay, and after the characters, let's talk about the plot of it. For me, I think the conflict, which can also be which can also be said as the most amazing wow part. The wowing point is that when Scott met Fiona in Rome, because they finally
Mika.
when Scott meet Mika in sorry, no, he won't meet Fiona anywhere. I think the best part is when Scott and Mika finally met each other because they've been thinking of each other as their soulmates for so long. What about you?
I think the most. Oh, nothing.
I think the most impressive part is they take a train, in a tunnel, and a guy touch his body or leg over, and they feel uncomfortable.
I thought the man was going to rob there of anything, but actually he just wants to touch
It
them.
looks like homosexual, I think. And I think that the most impression thing in the movies, same as you, is when they met in Rome, but it's kind of too crazy and kind of romantic because Scott jump up from the second floor and
Pull the curtain.
pull the curtain down and go there to kiss her, and I think it's kind of crazy but romantic.
What about the rising action? Because as we've learned in different classes, teachers always said that before a conflict there will be a rising action. What do you think is the rising action?
I don't know. Rising action.
Oh, to me, I think the rising action is that yes, when Scott's brother told him that Mika is actually a familiar name in German for girls, and which stimulates Scott wants to go to German right away.
Yeah.
And during their trip, they started from Ohio and they went to London. What do you think about the first journey?
They don't bring any money and they go to the airport and tell that they are going to London to deliver FedEx. I think it's crazy. And Scott even bring any phones or camera.
Yes, he just packed a bag
A big bag
and without anything really important
Yeah.
like we think is now. Okay, and I also think that the first journey, the most amazing part is that they didn't bring much money and they didn't even took a phone with them to call their family or what. And next they head to Paris.
I think that they made some crazy fans of football in London is really interesting because those football team fans are really like that in Europe. Yeah.
And I think Scott is a smart man because when the football loving people ask him to sing a song for the football team, and he can just think of the song and he sing it.
And I think the group of people is actually interesting, although they look really mean, like they're going to kill the two of them. Okay, and did they went to the beach with naked people in Paris or Amsterdam?
No, they go to when they go to the naked beaches when they on the way of Paris and Amsterdam.
Oh.
It's a little town.
I think the beach with naked old men is really fun.
Disgusting.
I think wow. And I remember you said that they really show it, and that's the real part.
You will see many
Different colors of.
different color of birds flying on the beach.
Do you think it is inappropriate or what?
Yeah, I think it's inappropriate
But
for the teenagers.
oh, for teenagers who would think
No,
very
no, we
much,
are not
but we are not teenagers.
now, we are
anymore.
adults.
Maybe I think the whole class see it as the
Usual part.
yes, the usual part because we've learned it already, so we won't think it sexually or want to do anything with classmates beside.
Yeah, and the other naked beach with hot girls is awesome. No.
But I think the actors who show their part is really they're really brave to do so.
They're old men. They don't care.
And
when Jenny take off her clothes on the beach, an old man wants to chase her.
I think that's very scary. Like a group of old men and there's not a handsome one just chasing like, oh, you're my food. Okay, and next day they arrive Amsterdam, which each of them do something special for you.
You forget the popping battle in Paris. The robot. Yeah. In love. It's love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're ridiculous by doing so. And they even fight with the pace of robots. Like boom, boom, boom.
Done.
And I think Scott he dances better than the robot because the people take money for Scott
Yeah.
and not for the robot.
But in my own experience, I think I see many this kind of robot in Europe. Many people want to earn money there and just be like a robot. And if you give them money, they will do like this and take your head. Yeah. Sorry.
So I think
There are many this kind of.
But are they dancing all the same? Because I was just thinking if they're dancing all the same, will people feel
They just put some color on their body, like silver or gold, and they make doing like he sit on the chair.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you give them money, they will dance.
Oh. Okay. So is there any part missed or?
Kick egg.
Oh, it's very
Hurt. Yeah. Scott kick the robot man's egg. Yeah. And the next
is in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Which of their experience do you think is the one you want?
I want.
Do you want Jenny's?
Yeah.
Or you go to a store and you want to change the battery of your camera and finally the girl just told you.
I don't need the battery part. I just need the final part.
Oh. Do you want to be robbed?
No. I think it's too.
He's too enjoying it that he just gave the money to themselves. What about you?
Maybe I don't want them. I don't want any of them. But I think the most impressive part for me is Cooper Harris. He go to a sexual place. I don't know, but
SM party.
yeah, SM party. But the men, the two strong men, beat him or use different kind of things to torture him.
It's hurt.
Yeah, it's hurt.
And the one they're going to stuck in his bottom is so big. Oh. And I think the most interesting part is when Jenny and Scott eat the cake they thought was
cake.
true. Yes, and when I think it's because they think that they are drunks, so they eat it and they think they're going to imagine something. But after
the custom tell them that they don't sell marijuana cake.
they finally became normal, and I think I usually no I actually thought that they're going to kiss because of the drug, but the guy finally said that we don't sell this kind of cake, and they're finally awake.
Like, if you have chance to have a marijuana cake, you want to try some or you won't? Not in Taiwan.
I think I would like to try some if there's someone aside, or I think I'll like it too much and I'll eat a lot, and I'll finally.
I would like to try some.
I would like to try some too. But if I have a friend beside me, I think I can try some because she will take care of me. Or if I'm there alone, I won't try because it will be very dangerous.
Yeah.
And next, they head for German and they accidentally went to Bratislava.
I think they have a discrimination of West Europe.
Oh.
Yeah, because some American may think that the West Europe is not modern like the Europe or America, but I think that it's not true. Yeah, when they go, when they went there, they ask for the train, and the man tell them that the train is
still on the way.
Yeah, it's still on building. Yeah.
And I think it is cool that they got only $3.
$3.
Yes, $3, and they can live in a big luxurious hotel and even go to club with some beautiful clothes. I think it's really cool.
Discrimination.
Their discrimination of the poor.
Yeah. And how about you?
What do you think about? Like what they did in the club or the men they met there?
I forget this part.
The part is that when they go to a club, the twins kissed each other.
Yeah, they have a drink named green something, or it's a green wine, and they drink it and they started to kiss out. Yeah. The twins kiss. The part.
And Jenny
met
a handsome guy she saw in the train station there.
Oh, it's in Bratislava.
Yeah.
And I think when the guy tells Jenny he has already had a wife, and Jenny is surprised.
And the guy also have sex with men. Yeah.
I think the guy, and he even said that naturally, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I just, how come he can do so? And I think the man they met riding the bike there and then take them to Berlin the next day is a good man, I think. At first I thought he was
Like gangster.
yeah. I thought he may take them to a place and torture them, but eventually he didn't.
And I think the man love them is cool because some of West Europe guy they don't love America. Yeah, because of World War II. Yeah, so they don't love America.
And next they went to Berlin to Mika's house.
I think the little kid in Mika's house, he imitates.
Yeah.
But I think the kid is really cute, and he even drew the bear himself. And and this is the time when Jamie sold his camera for them.
Yeah.
And
And then go to Rome,
yes,
trying to find Nika.
I think the funniest part is when the guide outside thought of Cooper as the
Retarded. Yeah. And Cooper went inside and said that the guy outside is idiot. It's kind of
I think it's really funny.
yeah.
What do you think about the part?
I think the accident it makes Scott a new pope. It's
Oh.
funny. He wear a curtain
Yeah.
on his body.
Yes, and the way he put it on is quite ridiculous because the curtain just fall and he just turned and then he turned into a pope. But I think Scott and Cooper they're really just Cooper rang the bell himself. He just opened it and rang it, and they went into the room of the former pope. I think they're really
Roof.
it's quite rude of it. And after he became the pope,
He
he finally
stood outside and talked to everyone and jumped down to look for Mika. Yeah. And when the guard want to capture him, the football fans came inside and said, "Oh, good."
oh you're so cool like
Yeah.
and I don't think they knew that Scott is coming to Vatican City, but I just don't know why he's there.
Oh, no, because the football team they support the England football team and they have many football teams in Europe and they go around to
Oh,
take contest and they also have a football team in Rome, so they go there.
oh, I see.
But it's kind of too far for them to drive bus to go.
Okay. And do you like the movie?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's funny and maybe kind of ridiculous, but it's funny at whole moment. Yeah.
And I think it reflects a period of time in our life. Just like teenagers when we are 18 and we want to try some ridiculous things or some dangerous things in our life.
I think it's really funny, and after you said that it may show a part of our life, I think we really need like a friend like Cooper to ask us to do something special, and we may just go there right away and didn't think about anything like, oh, we just mentioned he didn't take a phone with him or didn't bring enough money, and he just go abroad with his friends. I think it's really crazy, so I like it also, and it's really funny.
And also, do you know an actor called Matt Damon?
Yeah.
He plays a role as Tony. Do you know that? The Fiona.
Or Fiona's
Another
the band singer of the
singer.
band.
Yeah, he sings Scully Doesn't Know, and
Yeah.
he is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's handsome.
really? So you like. I thought he looks very mean. I think he's a kind of scary.
And he also has the earrings.
Yeah. And he's muscular.
And I think I remember one impressive part is that Scott, he doesn't know the song was also in the club in
Yeah.
Bratislava. I just think it's really funny when I heard it.
And when they are on the football team's bus, they also also sing this song. Yeah.
So, experience. Do you have any personal experience related to them? Like you once traveled, just go abroad right away, like Scott and Cooper, or anything they did?
No.
No, I think it's too hard for us to do that because we don't have more money to do. Yeah.
Yes, I also think that we will think about our financial problem before doing so, even by buying the tickets to fly abroad.
Yeah, and it's hard for us to book hotel right away in Europe because it's many hotel in Europe may be booked before 2 or 3 months, and when you go right away, you may live in a bad hotel like the end of the movie say. Yeah.
And finally, we just forgot to talk about the final parts where they went to the same college and lived in the same room.
I think it's good because you don't have to went out to find a new room for you and Mika to live. You can just live in a dorm room
And with your girlfriend.
have your own time with her.
But I wonder what will the school do if they found out that Mika is a girl?
But I think the school is ridiculous because they have to confirm the person is a girl or
Yeah.
And I think there will be a picture or something.
Yes.
And they may have this is her picture, and they may have the name, and the next one is gender. Yeah, it's crazy.
But I think it's because this is a comedy, so they just
Yeah,
put
this is
different
a movie.
ridiculous things inside. And I think that's our discussion, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.